Once in the vast wilderness where forests breathe with the whispers of ancient trees, and rivers carve their way through mountains like silver threads in green cloth, a creature emerged that would one day rule the heart of its domain. That creature was a bear. For millions of years, bears have walked this earth silent witnesses to the changing world. Their ancestors roamed during the time of saber-toothed cats and mammoths, adapting, surviving, and mastering the seasons. The brown bear, known to scientists as Ursus arctos, is one of the most widespread bear species in the world, roaming from the deep forests of Europe to the rugged peaks of Alaska. The grizzly bear, famed for its might and resilience, is simply one of its many faces. The den and the dawn of life. Every life begins in the silence of winter. In a den carved into a hillside or hidden beneath tree roots, a mother brown bear lies curled, conserving her energy. She has not eaten for months. Her heartbeat has slowed, her body temperature has dropped, and yet, deep within her, new life stirs. In January or February, tiny cubs are born, usually 2, sometimes 3 or 4. Each is no bigger than a squirrel, weighing barely half a kilogram. They are blind, almost hairless, and entirely dependent on their mother. Yet, within this fragile frame lies the potential for a creature that may one day weigh over 300 kilograms and command a territory spanning hundreds of square kilometers. For weeks, the cubs know nothing of the outside world. The den is their universe, warm, dark, and safe. They nurse on their mother's milk, which is richer in fat than almost any other mammals. This milk and the warmth of her massive body sustains them until the first breath of spring, stepping into the green world. When spring loosens winter's grip, the family emerges into a world alive with sound and scent. The cubs take their first wobbly steps, exploring the damp earth and new grass. Every rustle of leaves, every scent on the breeze is a lesson. Their mother teaches them to dig for roots, to flip over stones for insects, and to recognize the sweet tang of berries. She shows them the art of fishing, standing motionless in a river, waiting for salmon to swim close before striking with astonishing speed. For grizzlies in Alaska or British Columbia, this feast of fish is a seasonal ritual, one that provides the fat reserves needed for the long winter ahead. But cubhood is dangerous. Male brown bears, even of their own kind, can be a threat, sometimes killing cubs to bring the mother back into breeding condition. Wolves, cougars, and even large birds of prey can pose danger to young bears. This is why the mother remains fiercely protective, willing to fight off any threat to her offspring. The seasons of a bear's life. The brown bear's life is tied to the rhythm of the seasons. In spring, they forage for fresh plants and roots, hungry after months of fasting. By summer, their diet becomes a banquet of opportunity berries, nuts, insects, fish, and the occasional small mammal. Despite their reputation as fierce predators, brown bears are primarily omnivores, with plants often making up more than half their diet. A single bear can eat over 30,000 berries in a single day during peak season. Insects, particularly ants, are another staple. Bears will tear apart rotting logs to reach them. In late summer and autumn, a powerful instinct takes over hyperphagia. The bear's only mission is to eat, storing fat for the winter. A grizzly in this phase may consume more than 20,000 calories in a single day. Their bodies are designed for this. They can gain over 1 kilogram of fat per day without falling ill. When winter arrives, the bear retreats once again to its den, living off its fat reserves for months. In this state, it does not eat, drink, or pass waste, an extraordinary biological feat. Giants of the land. The brown bear is among the largest land carnivores on the planet. Size varies depending on the region and available food. In Europe, adult males average 135–250 kilograms, while in coastal Alaska and Kodiak Island, where salmon and other protein sources are abundant, males can exceed 600 kilograms. The heaviest recorded wild brown bear weighed over 725 kilograms, a true titan of its kind. Standing on their hind legs, some individuals reach 2.8 to 3 meters in height, towering over most humans. Even on all fours, they can look a moose in the eye. Their sheer power is reflected in their muscle structure. A single swipe of a paw, tipped with claws up to 10 centimeters long, can break the neck of large prey or strip bark from a tree with ease. Despite this formidable size, brown bears are surprisingly fast runners. In short bursts, they can reach speeds of up to 56 kilometers per h, faster than a racehorse over a short distance. They are also strong swimmers, capable of crossing rivers and even stretches of coastal water in search of food. Perhaps most impressive is their sense of smell, believed to be up to 2,100 times stronger than a human's. This incredible olfactory ability allows them to detect carrion from 20 kilometers away, or a seal's breathing hole beneath thick ice. Their hearing is excellent as well, sensitive to frequencies humans cannot perceive, while their eyesight is roughly equivalent to that of a human at medium range. The social solitude. Brown bears live largely solitary lives, yet they have a complex social structure based on dominance, territory, and resource availability. A dominant male's range can exceed 2,000 square kilometers, overlapping with the ranges of multiple females. Females generally have smaller territories, between 130 and 500 square kilometers, but these can still be vast, especially in food-poor areas. Interactions between bears are not always hostile. At rich feeding sites like salmon streams in Alaska's Katmai National Park, it's possible to see 40 or more bears gathered together. Here, a loose hierarchy forms. The largest males claim the best fishing spots, while smaller bears and females with cubs feed further downstream. Cubs learn vital social cues in these gatherings, including when to challenge and when to yield. Outside of mating season, adult males and females avoid one another. The mating period, usually between May and July, is one of the few times males actively seek out females. Males may follow a female for weeks, fending off rivals. In some cases, fierce battles occur between males, with injuries and occasionally fatalities resulting from these confrontations. Communication is subtle but constant. Scent marking on trees, rubbing their backs on trunks to leave hair and odor, and clawing bark as a visual warning. These signals tell passing bears, "I was here, and I am not to be challenged lightly." The role in nature. The brown bear is a keystone species, an animal whose presence influences every level of the ecosystem. In coastal Alaska, bears act as nutrient transporters. When salmon migrate upstream to spawn, bears catch them, eat the choicest parts, and leave the rest scattered in the forest. This decaying fish matter releases nitrogen and phosphorus into the soil, feeding trees, shrubs, and even mosses. Studies have shown that some Alaskan trees contain marine-derived nitrogen thanks to bear feeding habits. By consuming berries and other fruits, brown bears disperse seeds over vast distances, sometimes more than 20 kilometers from where they were eaten. The seeds pass through the bear's digestive system, often germinating more successfully thanks to the natural fertilization. Their digging behavior, whether for roots, insects, or ground squirrels, turns over soil and creates microhabitats where new plants can grow. In high mountain meadows, this digging helps maintain biodiversity, preventing any one plant species from dominating. Challenges and conservation. The brown bear's range once stretched across much of the northern hemisphere. Today, while still widespread, it has disappeared from many areas due to hunting, habitat loss, and human conflict. In North America, grizzlies once roamed from Mexico to Alaska. Now most survive in Alaska, Western Canada, and isolated pockets in the lower 48 states. Conservation efforts have brought some populations back from the brink. Protected areas, anti-poaching measures, and better waste management in human settlements have reduced conflict. But challenges remain. Climate change affects salmon runs, development fragments habitats, and illegal hunting continues in some regions. The future of the brown bear depends on coexistence on humans respecting their space, securing food sources, and protecting the wild places they need to thrive. The final years. A wild brown bear can live up to 25 years, though most do not reach that age due to natural hazards, competition, and human threats. In captivity, with a steady diet and veterinary care, they have been known to live beyond 40 years. As they age, their teeth, particularly the molars used for grinding plants, wear down, making it harder to process food. Old bears often shift to softer diets, relying more on fish or carrion. Their once muscular bodies lose mass, and they may struggle to defend territory from younger rivals. Older bears also face the challenge of diminished fat reserves before hibernation, which can shorten their winter survival. Still, many continue to roam impressive distances, drawing on decades of knowledge about feeding sites, seasonal patterns, and escape routes from danger. Some old females become grandmothers of the forest, not in the human sense of nurturing grandchildren, but in having their offspring and descendants influence the genetic health of the population. A successful matriarch may pass on not only her genes, but learned survival skills, a cultural inheritance that can persist for generations. The legacy of the mountain king. From the tiny cub born in a winter den to the massive adult roaming the wilderness, the brown bear's life is a testament to resilience and adaptability. It is a creature shaped by the land and seasons, powerful yet vulnerable, solitary yet deeply connected to the web of life. The brown bear's story is not just one of survival. It is one of harmony. It teaches that strength lies not only in power, but in the ability to live within the balance of nature. As long as the rivers flow and the forests stand, the mountain kings will walk the land, their great paws pressing into the earth, their presence a reminder that the wild still has its giants.
If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell icon to get notified for more updates.
And also check out our previous videos for more animal infacts.